Hello and welcome to a quick little guide on how to do the quest Through a Glass Darkly and the Thyrinar fight in specific. It's a pretty rough fight if you're a Warlock, and I really recommend some tips and tricks to get through this fight. Especially I recommend playing Affliction. Even though I'm a demo Warlock, I spec to Affliction, and not just the raid Affliction spec. I have spec to Fell Synergy, 100% needed. This is what's gonna keep your pet alive. You're gonna want Demonic Aegis. It's gonna essentially let your Fell Armor heal you double. And then also rest of your points. I have not put into Shadow and Flame, etc. because I'm not really using Shadow Bolt. I'm using Drain Life 90% of this fight. I put it into Demonic Rebirth because the odds are really high that your pet is gonna die at one point during this fight, so getting an instant resummon is really good. I also have Master Summoner because I wanted to reduce mana cost of summoning the pet. I grabbed Demonic Embrace because your pet's not really gonna be attacking very much, and Demonic Embrace increases percentage healing and just your max life in general. Affliction is good because Siphon Life and Soul Siphon increases your healing, and also Drain Life is what's gonna keep you alive. On glyphs, I really recommend the standard Affliction glyphs, but I also recommend the Soul Link glyph, which reduces your survivability. This is gonna be crucial, and this is also why you need your pet alive. Also, Glyph of Fell Hunter I grabbed because it increases your healing. Now, your pet's not really gonna attack much, but it's gonna attack the adds that come a little bit, so this will heal you. You can also grab Glyph of Hellstone if you want instead. I use Soul Swap definitely, but Glyph of Hellstone over Glyph of Fell Hunter is fine as well. Now, for some more tips and tricks during the fight, I really recommend pre-potting a few seconds after the dragon is visible. So you can essentially just get 2 pots in the fight. Second thing I recommend is to use Curse of Tongues, because this causes the Twilight Blast he casts to go from 2.5 seconds to 3.2 seconds. This doesn't really matter when he's chasing you with the beam, but it's really important when he's in the phase where he just keeps casting Twilight Blast on you. Curse of Tongues only lasts 30 seconds, so you're gonna keep this up. A big part of the fight is the adds, and they come quite frequently. I recommend letting your pet tank, because if you don't do damage to the add when it comes to the platform, it's gonna start hitting your pet. And your pet can tank this for a bit, and when your pet bites the add, it also heals you. So it gives your pet a bit something to do. Also, it kind of tanks the add's charge and silence, which is pretty useful. And then when your pet has a little bit of aggro on the add, you can soul swap, and it'll take a little bit for the add to swap over to you, and then you kill it while it's running towards you. You should be ready to resummon your pet, so try to keep that on some type of key binding. Try to use all your healing cooldown as efficiently as possible. We're talking things like Death Coil, Health Stones, and also maybe the Engineering Belt, even though it's a bit of a gamble. I died once because of it, but if you're in a panic moment, it might be the one thing that saves you. When the boss goes below 25%, you can start Drain Souling, but I genuinely don't really recommend doing it because it does more damage, but it also doesn't heal you as efficiently, so it might put you in a dangerous situation. During the fight, you will also start running out of mana at some point, so I do recommend life tapping when you are in a really good position. You won't always be in these good positions, but sometimes you'll be at almost 100% HP, maybe moving to dodge the beam, and you can life tap once or twice, and it'll really help you later on when you're starting to run out of mana. When you get the boss to roughly 20%, Taragosa is gonna essentially buff you with some buff. I'm not quite sure, I didn't have time to read the tooltip, but the fight does feel a lot more manageable at this point. So the first 30% of the fight is really the hard part. Once you have that down, you just need to rinse and repeat, and it'll get easier the closer to killing the boss you get. So yeah, that's about it. I've heard people not getting the buff because of a bug. I've heard people not being able to return to the boss and redo it and having to redo the whole dungeon. I had to do this myself. There's a lot of bugs regarding this quest. I'm hoping Blizzard's spaghetti code doesn't completely ruin your day. But yeah, good luck. Go and get that staff.